Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube, Papa, and WUAT AM 1110 Radio. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. Hello, Papa.
It's a beautiful day outside. Not like yesterday.
I know yesterday was a complete washout, and it was the first official day of the 127 sale.
I think we had about 1 or 2 inches of rain.
Yeah, at least. But the people are out today at the 127 sale.
Oh, yes.
As we were talking off camera, it took me probably a good 20 minutes to make it maybe a mile. I didn't think I was ever going to make it. So yeah, trust me, folks, the traffic has intensified, so be careful when you're out and about the yard sale. But definitely get out and enjoy it. I would think the best time to enjoy it would be like around dusky dark.
Well, some people already close up shop if you wait too late.
Well, yeah, that's true. I wouldn't though. Because I would think you'd get a lot of business at that time. Because the heat's gone. It's not as hot anyway.
Not as hot.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you. Not as hot.
It's hot and humid right now, isn't it? Well, we got a couple of events to tell you about. Papa, you can tell us about the first one here.
This is new to me, and it'll be happening in about a week.
I know it.
The Main Street Stage is having a program, and it's going to be on the 15th day of August at 7 p.m. Main Street Stage is right on the main street, coming through Pikeville. You do not have to pay free admission to get to see
beat that, folks.
the Orr family. They're musicians, 5 of them. And then you have Kevin and Rochelle Nelson.
Yeah.
Then you have Cousin Ozark Nelson. Cousin Ozark looked like he wants to have fun.
Yeah, he looks like a character on there.
And it's sponsored by, this event is sponsored by WAT Radio.
Yes.
Gibbs Pools, Ember's Ice Cream Shop, and BTC Fiber.
All right.
So there's a lot of fine businesses in Pikeville that support this program.
That's right.
So be sure and be there at 7 p.m. on August the 15th.
Which let's see, will be next weekend, be next Saturday, okay? Next Saturday night, folks. 7 p.m. at the Main Street Stage.
That's big time entertainment.
Yeah, that'll actually be a really good event, guys. It really will be. And I'd say Cliff will be open. The ice cream shop will be open, obviously, because they're one of the sponsors. And I would say he'll have some of his hamburgers and hot dogs and drinks that night.
He didn't say to bring your own chair, but that might not be a bad idea.
That might be something to consider. Absolutely. Also, this event is coming up in the fall, so we got plenty of time to promote this. It's called Pikeville Gospel and Barbecue.
Wow.
It's a singing, and it's going to be at 2:30 p.m. on October the 24th at the Main Street Stage, right here in downtown Pikeville. The gospel group Pardon will be performing along with Greg Sullivan, Cody McCarver, and many more. This is also a free event, Papa.
I like those.
The same sponsors also for this: WUAT Radio, Gibbs Pools, Ember's Ice Cream Shop, and Bledsoe Telephone Co-op Fiber also sponsoring this event as well. So we'll keep telling you about that one.
We got time
on that one. But the other one that Papa was talking about, though, like we said, that's next Saturday, 7 p.m. on the Main Street Stage. All right, Papa. Well, we're not bombarded with announcements today, which is unusual. Probably because I just didn't look too hard for them, I'd say. I just ain't got them rounded up. I usually have them in a pile for us, but I didn't get to do that today.
We got enough to keep us busy.
Exactly. And we'll get started with some good old trivia.
Trivia time.
And I never know what to expect with this.
The main ingredient in an omelet is...
Well, I think an egg.
But you can have all kinds.
That's an easy one.
An omelet is anything you want to put in it.
That is true. I mean, they're good. Usually they're good.
Okay, the ender to a drought or a drought.
I was about to say, what? I don't even know what you call it.
What is a drought?
No rain.
So an ender of it would be.
Oh, it's a rain.
The rain.
Okay. Well, we got plenty of that yesterday. Plenty of it.
Elijah prayed that it would not rain.
Yeah.
And it didn't rain for 42 months. He said it won't rain for 42 months.
Oh, he said that. Okay.
And then it rained because he said it will rain.
After 42 months.
42 months. I would be ready.
That's a drought. Yeah.
Television's Jeannie portrayer. She was.
I Dream of Jeannie, that show?
Yeah. What was her name?
Barbara Eden.
Barbara Eden.
Yeah.
Boy, you're on a roll.
I know it.
Number
Didn't know if I
4.
remember that or not.
Simba's Sanctuary. Where would Simba stay?
Oh man, I'm not saw
What
that
was
in a long
Simba?
time.
What
A
was
lion, right?
Or where do lions stay?
Like their den.
They're den. They're den.
Oh, that word wouldn't come to me, Papa.
I drew a picture of Simba one time and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then that means you need to draw another one then.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's how you fix that problem.
Who described himself as the greatest?
He called himself the greatest.
He was a boxer.
Oh, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Carefree or Dentyne, a brand of what?
What was it? Carefree?
Carefree is a brand. Dentyne is a brand of what?
Is that
Wrigley's
Oh, it's chewing gum.
chewing gum.
Okay.
I thought I'd get by with just Dentyne.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of the other one, I don't think.
That's the only chewing gum that I know of that is in the category of dentures. Dentyne.
Oh, okay.
Straw. Blue Jeans has a man that's involved. His name is Strauss. What's his first name?
Levi.
Levi. We
Yeah.
call him Levi. They call him Levi
That's why they're
jeans.
Levi's, yeah.
What brand of pants do you have on? Levi's.
Right, yeah.
But
Very popular
But they're
one.
denim.
Mm-hmm.
Levi Strauss is the man that made them,
Right.
or his
Very
company.
rich man, I'm sure.
I would say so. Still rolling in.
I would say, yeah.
Mrs. Author of television had some
This is
other
an actress.
an actress, and she had some mighty fine comedians on the show with her. Betty White was one of them.
Oh, the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls.
Oh, she was in another show too before that, wasn't she? She had her own show.
I don't remember.
I think Maud. Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
B author.
Author. That was a
Yeah.
funny show.
Yeah,
And Betty
yeah.
White is still going. I think
Oh,
she's
yeah.
99.
Is she?
I think she's 99.
Well, she don't look or
And
act it.
And she's still pretty dadgum alert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Considering Albert, she's very alert.
She was the oldest one on that show, but you couldn't tell it because
No.
she was a very pretty woman back in the day for sure.
I would
I've
say
seen pictures of her when she was real young.
I would say in her lifetime she had some fun.
I'd say so.
In the Andy Griffith Show, where was Mayberry?
Oh man,
It was mythical.
did they
But-
talk about the state? Is that what
Yeah,
you're asking? Oh
it's-
crap, they did. Oh,
Nearby state.
It's in the South.
It's
right?
a nearby state on the East Coast.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think. Well, I was thinking at first, but it's pure guess. But now that you say that, I believe it. Is it North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Okay.
Last one.
Man, I forgot that one though.
The cover of your engine is called your car engine. What's the cover?
The hood.
The hood.
Okay.
I didn't know how mechanically inclined you were.
Well, that one's pretty easy.
I know how to put oil in a car and how to put gas and how to
right.
put water. And that's about
Well,
all.
dang, hey, I think I done pretty good on them.
Best you've ever done. Now are you ready for some sports?
That makes me feel good. There's a couple of them had to do some thinking, but yeah.
But I want other people to think. not
Well, they
you.
do, and they tell me about your trivia all the time.
But they can look it up on their blame phones. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, cheaters, I tell you.
Sports of all sorts. In football, on Sunday, Mark Widmer, his stats said.
Oh, dude, the writer of the Chattanooga paper.
Yeah, the SEC schools would have handed out 36 million programs like Charlotte and Kent State, schools like Furman, more millions.
Small, like mid-majors?
And smaller.
Okay. I guess because they can't play those out-of-conference games.
Louisiana Monroe lost $3.2 million because of cancellations of the Arkansas and Georgia game, just two games.
Sure. That's why that ruling is ridiculous. If you're going to play, what's wrong with playing out-of-conference games?
I don't understand
that's stupid.
Some other teams lined up as SEC opponents include Abilene Christian, Central Arkansas, Eastern Illinois, Nicholls State, and UT Martin. Now that would have been the opponents of some of the SEC schools.
Yeah.
We may see at least one SEC school go winless this year because they're having to face all SEC opponents.
I wouldn't be
Might
surprised.
be more than one. Baseball.
That might be the dumbest ruling ever.
Well, it's not just the SEC.
No, but I'm just saying, do you make sense of it? If you're going to play in your conference, then just play, period.
I don't
it doesn't
understand.
make sense.
I don't understand that part of it.
No.
In baseball, several games have been canceled thanks to the COVID-19.
Big shocker there.
Plus, Milwaukee's center fielder Lorenzo Cain and Miami Marlins second baseman Eisen Diaz both opted out for the baseball season. They don't want to endanger themselves.
Right.
Today, as of today, the Atlanta Braves are 9-5. They're in second place. My Dodgers are 9-4. They're in second place.
Oh, the Braves and your Dodgers having a good year.
In golf,
It seems like that happened a couple of years ago too, and then they both just did terrible in the playoffs and didn't even make it to the finals.
The FedEx St. Jude Invitational was held last week in Memphis.
Okay.
And Justin Thomas lived up to his #1 ranking.
Did he?
He was the top dog in June of 18, and Brooks Koepka, another rising star, finished 3 strokes back in second place. For this win, he got $1,820,000 just for winning 4 days of golf.
Winning a golf tournament, almost made $2 million.
$1 million. Oh, that's hard to believe. In football, the Big Ten, their season opener is September the 5th.
Okay.
10-game schedule.
Right.
League games only.
Which is that's everybody, yeah.
4 schools have been impacted by COVID-19. Michigan State, Northwestern, Ohio State, and Rutgers. They have been affected already by COVID-19.
Right.
The commissioner of the Big Ten, Kevin Warren, issuing a schedule does not guarantee that competition will occur.
Well,
they're going to have to wait and see. But right now, the league officials are saying,
well, just those players.
We don't know. We don't know.
Well, they'll just have to go with it. I mean, there's always going to be somebody sick on a team. This is what I was saying. A few weeks ago, we got to stop acting like this is the bubonic plague. I mean, they're going to get sick. It's going to happen. But it's just have the season.
Well, but people just don't want to be the one that dies, you know.
Right, but most people do not die from it.
Most.
Yeah.
I'll granted you're right.
Yeah.
The University of Alabama made the sports news yesterday morning. They announced that their offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian, got a salary increase of $850,000. That's a salary increase.
Man alive.
That propels him to $2.5 million per year.
Where does he coach at again?
That's
He's just an offensive coordinator with who?
He is, and he's only been there 1 year, and he's already making $2.5 million. And they're hoping to keep him because Colorado and Mississippi State wanted him as head coach.
Okay.
They won't be able to keep him because somebody will offer him $5, $6, $7, $8 million.
Okay,
to come and be their coach. But that's hard to believe that much of an increase.
They're desperate to keep him.
Let me tell you, there's only one other assistant coach in sports, in college football, that makes the same, and he's the defensive coordinator for Auburn, Kevin Steele.
Oh, okay.
He makes the same money, $2.5 million.
Man alive.
Do you think Tennessee pays our man $2.5 million?
No.
I don't really know.
Well, I wouldn't think so. No.
But whenever you make
Not
that
an
kind of
offensive
money
coordinator.
as an assistant, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, and you're making big money, and you don't have the responsibility of the head
being
coach.
the head coach.
Yeah.
Let him get all the
That's
headaches.
actually pretty smart on their part.
Okay, the University of Connecticut canceled its football season yesterday.
Why? Which they're not good anyway.
COVID.
Of course, yeah.
Today, the ratings came out. Clemson is number 1. Ohio State is number 2. In the top 5, we have 3 SEC schools. We have Alabama, Georgia, and
Florida.
No, not Florida.
Auburn.
Alabama,
LSU.
LSU.
They're defending champs. So yeah.
Can you imagine though? You got 3 out of the top 5 teams in the SEC.
Actually, yeah, because the last few years that's how it's been. The SEC hasn't been that good,
except for Clemson.
Yeah, I mean Clemson has represented the ACC very well. 2 national championships in the last 4 years. Yeah.
But Florida is number 8, so that gives us 4 out of the top
10. That's amazing.
Then you've got Auburn at number 11 and Texas A&M number 13.
God, that's 6 in the top 15.
And Tennessee, if Tennessee had played Oklahoma the 5th of September, they would have faced 4 of the top 10 teams.
Man alive. Kind of glad that one. 4 of the top 10. Maybe it's good that one is canceled. But as it is, they'll face Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Yeah, that's all. That's all they got to do. It's going to be really tough on them.
The last item I have in sports, this is going to be a first. Notre Dame will compete in a conference this year, and it will be the Atlantic Coast Conference. They have been an independent all these years. Also,
in football only.
In football. Let me add one more thing about Notre Dame. This will be the first year in over 90 years that they have not played Navy. Because they're in the ACC, and the ACC says 10 conference games. They have aligned themselves. They put their name on the dotted line. We will compete in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Wow.
So they don't get to play Navy this year.
That is crazy. But I was wondering why they've not joined the ACC even sooner, because
that's just
basketball
for 1 year.
And all their other sports, they're already in the ACC.
I know, but that doesn't mean
they'll
do
weird,
it.
Isn't it?
It doesn't mean that.
No, I know that. I just thought that they would eventually.
What that shows you is that the COVID-19 is marching on.
Well, it's too much so, really.
That's all.
One thing that bothers me of that is there's more testing now, so of course the numbers are going to go up in the cases. So that part kind of bothers me.
I listened to television last night, and there is underway a movement to expedite more testing by making it simpler.
Right.
And cheaper.
Yeah.
So when that happens, the testing is going to be more prolific.
And it already
probably produce more cases.
But that'll be more cases, so that's why people shouldn't panic.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you'll have more deaths. That does not mean you'll have more deaths.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot more deaths. That part's not rising near as rapid.
150 some odd million is enough.
I'm saying recently, Papa, and that's worldwide.
No, 150 million.
has not died from it.
150,000.
Yeah, out of like millions
That's the
and
first
millions
mistake
cases.
I've made today.
But I do want to tell you though, there's some people that die from it, that die from some other things, and it's being counted as COVID-19.
I've heard
if
that.
they test positive for
I've
it.
heard
So
that. And you may
that's
be
why-
right.
That's why it's important
You may
not
be
to
right.
completely panic over it. You know, it is a bad situation, but panic doesn't help anything.
You
It just
can't
doesn't.
call it a good situation.
No, it's not. But we do have to keep going. I don't know, shutting everything down. I don't think that's the answer either.
Let's don't stop this radio program.
Right. We won't. Hey, but
Let's
speaking
don't
of
stop
the,
this television program.
that's right. We won't. But speaking of the COVID-19, this is kind of political, but it's because of the COVID-19. The New York vote by mail primary is turning into the perfect example of why Trump may be right to oppose such a method of voting. The logistics of the primary can only be described as a debacle. The June 23rd vote is still incomplete. 6 weeks later, thousands of disqualified ballots are still piling up. The New York primary was characterized by many close races due to the pandemic. Election officials relied heavily on mail-in ballots, but were ill prepared for the response, with 10 times as many such ballots being sent, more than usual, about 400,000. So even after 6 weeks, two tight races for Congress still have no result. An error regarding the prepaid return envelopes sent out with mail-in ballots resulted in many wrongfully disqualified votes, and that number could be in the thousands. So
Wow.
that come out today to us too. So probably the mail-in idea may not be a good idea after all. On that.
I don't really know.
If it does take that long, that's probably not going to work.
let me tell you what happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
I get a phone call, and this phone caller said, "Mr. Roberts, there has been some activity in Texas using your Social Security number. Would you like to speak to a representative
Identity theft.
of the Social Security Administration?" I said, "Well, yeah." So she transferred me to another phone number, another phone, and whoever this person was identified themselves, and they said, "Now, is your first name Albert?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." "And what is your Social Security number?" I said, "Wait."
Well, that was slick, wasn't it?
I said, "Wait a minute. You called me and you told me that my Social Security number was being used in somewhere in Texas. Why do you want to know my number?"
That's right.
Zick.
They hung up.
They hung
didn't
up,
they?
boy.
Well, that proves to you folks right there that there's a scam going on right now about
Well, there's
that.
no telling how many scams are going on right now.
Well, a lot. So if you get a call, folks, from somebody saying your Social Security number is lost in Texas, don't
believe
give them
you-
your Social Security number.
I believe you'd be notified by mail.
Should be.
I don't believe you would be notified by phone.
Probably not.
And the
Yeah.
Social Security Administration not going to want to know your number.
They're going to already have that information. Yeah, that's true.
But that made me leery. I thought, well, no telling how many dumb people like Albert that's been called and gave them their number.
Believes them. So yeah, be careful with scams, folks, especially right now. That's one of many going on right now. But that's it for trivia and sports. We'll be back after the break for some good old Albertology, Papa's favorite part of the show. That's coming up after the commercial break, folks.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, doggone, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Ben Buckner here, General Manager of Victory Pre-Owned of Dunlap. I'm here to let everyone know that Victory offers a full-service garage open to the public. Our mechanics are ASE certified and locally known and have over 20 years of experience. From our $29.95 oil change to complete car care, no job is too big or too small. Come in and check us out, 15480 Rankin Avenue, right in the middle of Dunlap, Tennessee.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. I want to thank our sponsors, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance. Go see Frank, Susan, and Sadie for all your insurance needs on Spring Street. Scotty's, home of the Scotty Burger, as you say, Papa, right here in downtown Pikeville. The Loom, our next door neighbor here on Cumberland Avenue. Go see Miss Judy Yates. I guess for all your quilting needs and
Mask.
Yes, she makes the mask.
Alterations.
Yeah. Alterations. That's a word I always forget. Thank you. Firm Bureau Insurance in South Pikeville. Go see Matt Massengale and his friendly staff for all your insurance needs. They're down there right by Putnam Reed Funeral Home. The offices of Emma Boynton, Michael Walker, and Lisa Wheeler. Thank you guys. Thanks to Mag's Auto Sales. There where the old Campbell's restaurant used to be. At the end of town, right by Popple Funeral Home.
Highway 30 West.
Highway 30 West, yeah. That's Mag's Auto Sales. And then Morgan Brothers. They're about what? A mile or two north of Pikeville.
Might be closer to 2.
Seemed like it today, 2 miles.
They had good. I had good meatloaf today.
Yeah, they do have good food. If you haven't been to Morgan Brothers, it's a real nice place, guys. Go check it out. They also have Morgan's on Main. Not really sure when they're opening back up, but I think it is pretty soon. I've been hearing that anyway.
I have too.
Yeah, so we'll be sure to let you guys know when that happens. But now, Papa, it's time for Albertology. What you got for us today?
This is going to be a smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord.
We're going to start with Brushy Mountain State Prison in Pecos, Tennessee.
Okay.
They closed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a prison built back in the 1800s.
They use it as a haunted house now sometimes, I know.
It would make a good one. They closed it in 2009, so that's how long it's been closed. But it operated for 113 years.
Dang.
The people that wound up being inmates there were allowed to work in the mines, but they got no wages for their labor.
Right.
And this man is pictured in the magazine that I get every month from the Tennessee magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is George WUAT. He was a prisoner there for many years.
Oh, okay.
And he finally got out, and he is now working as a guide for the tourism industry that brings people there.
I told you it's a haunted house and they do tours, that's right.
Well, it was a wooden building and it got burned.
Mm-hmm.
Then they built a two-story structure out of stone that the inmates had prepared for the construction.
Right.
But anyway, it's one of the most notorious prisoners that ever stayed there was James Earl Ray.
Oh, dang.
He was the one that assassinated Martin Luther King Jr.
That's right. That's right.
And while there, it's supposed to be escape-proof, but he and 6 other prisoners escaped and stayed gone for 2 days, but they called him. And so he was brought back. Then he was stabbed, and he didn't die, and he was he was later transferred to another prison.
Yeah.
And that was in Nashville, and there's where he died in 1998.
Just he didn't get killed there.
No,
though, right?
he was stabbed while he was at Russia. There are some other famous inmates that were there. One I remember that killed his opponent was Byron Looper. He was from Crossville, and he killed his opponent that was running against him. His name was Tommy Burks.
He killed him?
Yes.
Dang.
That was back in 98. And
wow.
So he was one of the prisoners, most infamous, one of the most infamous. But Mr. White
I thought he was going to say that was like a long time ago, but it was 98. Okay.
I remember it. It was very vivid in the news.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But what Mr. White tells people that visit, that are tourists, he tries to tell them of how deplorable the conditions were for those that wound up in Brushy Mountain.
Oh, okay.
He said that when he was a prisoner, that he could put his blanket up against the wall and it would stick to the wall. That's how cold it was.
Dang.
And he said it was
that's cold.
Terrible place to be because of drugs and stabbings and the things that went on. He said if someone didn't like you, there was a target on your back.
I'd say so, because it was.
He said you wanted to stay away from Brushy Mountain.
I was about to say, I mean, it was one of the roughest prisons there is.
It was.
So,
it really was. All right, I've also got an article here I thought would be applicable for our program.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, what songs did we sing and who sang them?
All right, let's hear that.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Who sings that one?
Who sang that? B.J. Thomas.
Okay, yeah.
Let It Be.
The Beatles, yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
Simon and Garfunkel.
That was Simon and Garfunkel. Also, the Jacksons, I'll Be There.
Yeah, the Jackson 5.
I would say that was one of their most favorite songs.
Definitely.
Elton John, Your Song.
Your Song's name? Well, he has a bunch of songs.
Well,
actually.
yes, but this is just some.
Yeah.
And then, that's 50 years ago.
Instant Karma, John Lennon.
And George Hamilton, My Sweet Lord. I love that.
Yeah.
My Sweet Lord.
Oh, who sang? I believe it was George Harrison sings that.
George Harrison.
Who was he with? Was he one of the Beatles?
I think he was.
Yeah, he was in a group.
What year did they split? I don't remember.
I'm not
sure. Some of them went out on their own.
Paul McCartney and him, I think, did.
And they made it?
Paul McCartney definitely, yeah.
They made it?
Oh, yeah, they made it, yeah.
All right. Woody Allen. You remember Woody Allen?
Strange individual.
Strange individual. Not one that I would want to emulate my life after. But he once said...
I mean, he's a talented actor, no doubt about it.
Witty.
But he's strange.
Witty.
Yeah.
But here's what he said. I don't mind death.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to be there when it happens.
That's pretty good.
On Tuesday of last week,
yeah,
gold went to an all-time high, $1,931 per ounce.
Dang.
I can't.
We need to go panning for gold, Papa.
I am a substitute teacher. I don't think I'll be able to this year, but I have been a substitute teacher for the last 3 years.
I think you'll be able to this year.
The students at school are fascinated by my gold teeth.
Right.
I can't fathom how much money I've got in my mouth. if gold is $1,931 an ounce. I don't know how many ounces I've got. But when I die, I'd say the embalmer will get my gold. Are you listening, Heather?
Oh man.
I'm not kidding. The children will say, "Let me see your teeth."
I remember you telling
See,
me that.
they used to be covered with enamel, but because I enjoy eating so much, I've eaten the enamel off. I got an article here about coyotes. I got
coyotes.
I
Okay.
read, well, I said this
You
is going
did
to be
say it was a smorgasbord. You're
Now
right.
this, the breakfast for a coyote might be a sip of water and just a look around.
Really?
That may be all they'll get for the day.
That's true. They gotta work hard for their meals, don't they?
Their diet consists of mice, squirrels, rabbits, birds,
Okay.
and deer. They will kill a deer.
Okay.
They also dearly love sheep.
Yeah.
They will
Yeah.
put a sheep farmer out of business if
That's
they
true.
find out where his herd is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They also love your pets, your dogs and your
that's
cats
true. That's
around
true.
your house.
Yeah. They'll kill them. If you
In
get a
dire
chance.
straits, they will eat vegetables and fruits and even plants.
Okay. They'll do that. They have to.
And they'll eat a turkey if they catch a turkey.
Get a chance. Yeah.
But anyway,
Don't sound like they're too picky, does it?
many people that are bothered with them. I know Marvin has some trouble with them down there.
A lot of people
I
do.
think many people classify them as varmints,
Definitely.
and so they shoot them on sight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoot them
definitely.
anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any season on coyotes.
Oh no. No.
All right, I've got a
Just want
celebrity.
rid of them. Yeah.
I've got a celebrity cipher here.
Okay. Let's hear it.
James, do you remember James Dean?
I've heard of him.
You probably wouldn't.
Well, he was before my time, but
James
I've heard
Dean's
of him.
death had a profound effect on me.
Okay.
The instant I heard about it, I vomited.
Dang.
Montgomery Clift. He was an outstanding movie actor,
Okay.
but that's a celebrity cipher.
It must have really bothered.
To vomit.
Yeah.
You're somebody's death.
Yeah.
And Yogi Berra said this,
All right.
so you know it's going to be funny.
No telling then. Mhm.
This is the crypto quote. These are famous people that say these.
Okay.
It's tough to make predictions, especially about the future.
Oh heck.
Yogi was good for that stuff, boy.
That's pretty
And
good.
Michelle Obama said this.
Okay.
You can't make decisions based on fear and the possibility of what might happen.
I agree with
I
that.
read-
That kind of goes with what I was saying earlier about the COVID-19.
But what I read one time that most of the things that we worry about
Mm-hmm.
never happen.
That is true.
Most of the things we worry about,
There's a lot of truth to that.
we don't
Yeah.
have to worry about them because they don't happen.
Right. It's the worry and the reaction and the fear decisions based on that end up being usually worse than whatever it is.
And it causes us to have ulcers.
Chaos. Yeah.
Okay,
And ulcers, yeah.
I've got a few Reader's Digest, but just a very few.
No, wait. Hold up. Are they jokes?
Well, listen to the first one and see if it's a joke.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen to the first
Okay.
one. When I was a Navy student pilot, I visited the home of a classmate.
Okay.
I met his wife and newborn baby
Mm-hmm.
and was impressed that he had all of his flight gear neatly laid out on a table.
Right.
But something struck me as odd.
Oh, really?
Picking up some unidentifiable gear, I said, I didn't get one of these.
Right.
No, you're good, he mumbled. That's my wife's breast pump. Not every cadet would have one of those.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, these are military to English dictionary words.
Okay.
They're trying to let you understand what the soldiers call them, what they
Okay.
are in real life.
A translation for us here.
Crumb catcher
What's a crumb catcher?
is your mouth.
Okay. Okay.
A
Makes sense.
five-sided puzzle palace, the Pentagon.
Oh, yeah.
Flight suit insert. What do you put in a flight suit? Pilot.
Oh, yeah.
A football bat. An odd way of doing something.
Oh,
Football don't
yeah,
have a bat.
definitely.
Fruit salad. Ribbons and medals worn on a uniform. Fruit salad.
This is crazy.
Galloping dandruff.
I don't know.
Did you ever have lice?
Oh,
Galloping dandruff.
that's pretty good.
Ink stick.
An ink stick, that'd be a pen.
A
surely.
pen.
Okay. Okay. That's
Gee.
not funny though, but okay.
Jesus slippers. Military issued shower footwear. Left-handed monkey wrench. Now, I've
What
heard
in the
this
world?
before.
Okay.
It's a non-existent item that recruits are tricked into looking for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've seen Roger be able to do that up at the store.
Yeah, what's that? They'll send sometimes when you're out camping and stuff. They'll say, "Let's go on a hunt," but for something that doesn't
Snipe.
exist. That's
Snipe.
it. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, that's a good way to get
An
people.
oxygen thief is someone who talks too much.
Oh well.
A soup sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
A situation that's gone bad.
It's called a soup sandwich.
That's not too good.
I don't get it. I don't get that.
I don't get it. Now, this one is cute.
Okay.
I am an 84-year-old gentleman. I can identify with
there
this.
it is.
I'm an
Okay.
84-year-old gentleman.
Okay.
I stand 5 feet 4 inches tall.
Okay.
And I'm from the basketball crazy state of Indiana.
That's true.
Thanks
they
to
are.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, yeah.
Recently, my wife and I were having dinner at a local restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Our waiter was a young man who stood 6 feet and 8 inches tall.
Good Lord.
I asked him if he played basketball. He looked down at me and he said, "Yes, I do." "Do you play miniature golf?"
That's a dang good comeback right there.
Now, do you know Kelly? Do you know Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah, yeah.
Kelly
She
says,
won the very first American Idol.
and she's
Now, and she's a singer, and she has a talk show now too.
well, is she on the
The Voice.
panel?
Yeah,
The
she's a judge on The Voice.
Judge.
Yeah.
I like her. Well, she
Yeah,
says, "My husband and I have both forgotten anniversaries.
Mm-hmm.
He went hunting, and I just went to sleep."
Well,
That's not good. On your anniversary?
well, notice she's divorced now. They're getting a divorce.
Oh.
That's, maybe that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in the news a couple weeks ago. They're splitting up.
Whenever you're someone say life is short, that means you better hurry up and do something.
Right.
All right, now here's my stories. Here's my jokes.
Yeah, thank you.
This is said to be actual courtroom testimony,
Oh, that's even better when it's true stuff.
and it's been collected off of various websites.
And some of the stuff they say is so stupid it's hard to believe.
Okay, so this is
Wow.
this is what was this is what transpired. What is your date of birth? July the 15th. What year? Every year. My birthday's on July 15th. What year? No, let me skip that one. This Myasthenia gravis, does it affect your memory at all? Yes. And in what ways does it affect your memory? I forgot. You forget. Can you give us an example of something you forgot?
Shoot.
What was the first thing your husband said to you when he woke that morning?
What?
He said, "Where am I, Kathy? And why did that upset you?" "My name is Carol."
Ooh. He's in the doghouse. Big time.
Were you present in court this morning when you were sworn in?
You gotta be kidding me. They actually said that. Wow. Wow.
Now,
That's
Mrs.
good.
Now, Mrs. Johnson, how was your first marriage terminated? By death? And by whose death was it
Oh
terminated?
my God. Once again, folks, people actually said these things.
They're gathered
These are
off of
true
various
stories.
websites scattered throughout the country. I show you Exhibit 3 and ask you if you recognize that picture. That's me. Were you present when that picture was taken?
Oh my God. I wonder what he said to that.
And where was the location of the accident? Approximately milepost 499. And where is milepost 499? Well, it's probably between milepost 498 and milepost 500.
Then 3 more.
All right. Do you know if your daughter has ever been involved in voodoo
Dang.
or the occult? We both do.
No.
Voodoo? We do. You do? Yes, voodoo. She
Hard to
had
believe that's real.
3 children, right? Yes. How many were boys? None. Were there any girls?
Dang.
One more?
Are these lawyers? Some of these lawyers
Well, these are
saying some
lawyers
really
asking the
stupid
question.
stuff. And judges. It's funny though.
What happened then? He told me, he says, "I have to kill you because you can identify me." Did he kill you?
They should have answered, yeah, they did. That's what they should have said to that. I guess one more, and that'll be it.
All right. Trooper, when you stopped the defendant, were your red and blue lights flashing? Yes. Did the defendant say anything when she got out of her car? Yes, sir. What did she say? She said, "What disco am I at?" She saw those lights flash?
Yeah. And what's funny about that is that actually happened. That's pretty good. Those are pretty good, Papa.
All right.
That was some good Albertology for us. I always manage to learn something crazy in Albertology. It never fails. Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Thanks for listening here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. We will see you guys next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. So long, everybody.
See you, folks.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.